Hi guys. I had such a fun time doing the reading I did earlier that I wanted to do another one. Um, did a little bit of wardrobe change, changed the lighting and stuff. So just imagine it as a whole new day. What's time anyway, right? Um, let's see what we get here. It's nice to see you guys again. I know I'm spoiling you guys. You're spoiling me by giving me by watching this. Giving me a platform to be on. So, I thank you. You know, I humbly thank you. But these have been really fun. I have been really enjoying them. Um, I don't know if this one will be as quick as the other one, but we'll see. Um, I think that's right. Let's do this and this and that. This one's a little bit like, the last one was, quick and kind of messy, but this one is a little bit of a slow and steady, which is kind of fun to do, to have these two contrasting energies happen in one day. So, yeah, let's use these three. This here, this here, that there. Let's do this and this. I think I want one more if I'm lucky enough to just get one. Hopefully it's an odd number, if anything. Oh, two, see? Gotta be lucky. Gotta be quicker than that. Can I get one more for the design? Yes. All right, so it's looking like so at the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Swords. This is all about completion. This is going to be like how it happened. This could be a horror. This could be a horror. It could be a horror. A tragedy, of course, depending on how we feel about the main character. Because we could think that it's long overdue. Looking okay. Our main character here is going to be the Three of Swords again. This is if you've been following, this is not the first time, and if you've been following, this isn't the first time. One of my videos, this was the main character, and it didn't get uploaded. So here we are again. This is a broken-hearted individual. Oh, like tragedy has fallen upon them. They could be a rather depressive individual. They are very like moody, maybe. They could be neurotic, have lots of anxiety, and they could catastrophize things. So this could be someone who's like deemed as mentally ill. It looks like at the bottom and the top of the emotionally unstable individual, we'll just say, for this instance, this is someone who, catastrophizes things. This is someone who only looks at the bad things. This is someone who kind of pushes bad futures to come about because they can't see things positively. Um, and oh wow, 5-5, and fives are all about conflict. With the Five of Wands, um, is most blatantly conflict. This is a type of person who thinks of the worst and makes it happen. They can be very violent and explosive. They can. This is someone who thinks everyone's out to get them. This is. And I'm getting the feeling that this is the type of person that tries to get other people before they get them. This is kind of like, well, they're gonna get me eventually, so I might as well get them first. You know, it's like that type of energy. This could be like a what's it called? Unorganized attachment style. But the combination with the Five of Wands is a little bit like they also have, what's it called? Like maybe antisocial, or maybe they lack a little bit of empathy. This is someone who gets violent with people, or antagonizes people to be violent towards them, so that they can be either that they can be violent towards them like they wanted to in the first place, or so that they can say that person, so that they can point fingers and be like, look, that person, you know, look how that person's attacking me. And this is what's it called? I've heard it a lot recently. Like, this is someone who throws stones and hides their hands. This is that type of person. And it looks like, and since this is a tragedy or an ending or whatever, this, like, I'm guessing this is, I don't know, this is kind of like in the life of someone who does this, I guess. And with Temperance and the Cup there to kind of like support this, like, the moodiness of the person, and like their kind of like inability to look at anything that's not negative. Like, this is a very like emotional person with the Ace of Cups. And also this is someone who like, this is someone who is a little bit crafty, a little bit strategic about it. This is someone who, like, not only are they like a type of person that throws stones and hides their hands, but they've made it like a profession out of it. Like, they're very like, this is what they do. Like, this isn't just something that is afflicted upon their person or their like inner world or their soul or whatever. This is someone who like likes it, you know. They like having the reputation of being someone who is, it's giving me a little bit like they hide behind how like sensitive they present themselves, but it's all very strategic. It's like kind of like what I was talking about with the Weapons movie. Like, just because it looks pretty and harmless doesn't mean it's not. Like, this is someone who hides behind victimhood. And you all know how I feel about that. This is someone who hides behind victimhood. This is someone who like, it's also given like, I was watching a video the other day and they were talking about how like displayed virtue. Like, this is someone who, and with the Three of Swords, 3 is like striving for or longing for or something like that. Like, this is a person who like maybe romanticizes victims, but is like a predator, basically. This is it. Yeah, it's giving very much like this is like the human version of Mawile, the Pokemon. Like, it has like a cute facade. It even learns the move Fake Tears, you know. But their their hair is a big old monster. Like their inner self is a big old monster. Like this is someone who'll take advantage of you if you provide them any pity, basically. Um, and to support like this facade, like with the Eight of Wands, which is all about impulse. Like this is a person who really acts on it, like really strategic, like makes plans maybe for like days. Like this is someone who like they could also be into like curses. Like this is giving me someone with, especially with a Four of Coins, which is like settlement. Like this is, again, this is how someone lives. Like this is like they hoard energy, and and I want to say hoard energy because it's not like they can use it for anything. It's like they kind of need it to survive. It's giving very much like the movie Weapons, which as time goes by, I'm there's lots of things that I don't like about it. There's some structural things that I'm not too keen on, but as far as the villain goes, I think is a pretty good reflection of how deceiving things can be. Yeah, I think we'll move on with that. I think this is someone like, you know, who yeah, they take other people's energy, and this is something that people can do. Like people can make you feel bad. They play the victim. um they invoke pity out of you so that you'll pay attention to them. It's also that they can absorb some type of attention from you, and the more attention they get, the less attention you can put on yourself or other things, like either your goals or your ambitions, your other loved ones. This is someone who knows that and will intentionally be a distraction for you. As like if you know that you like if you know someone who is like who never has a good day or always has something to complain about, or they don't share any type of like positivity, or they don't make you feel like, you can tell like when you leave a situation, when after like interacting with someone and you feel drained or tired or frustrated or any negative emotion at all, by the end of it, they're doing it like most likely on purpose, whether or not they know that this is like witchcraft, like this is witchcraft, that's witchcraft. Whether they know that or not, they do know that they're getting something out of you. They do know that like just having someone like care about you and enough to get into a frenzy is something like revitalizing in people, in certain people who like need it, people who don't have like, who are rather reactionary, have like no goals really or ambition. Like they're the type of person who like this very scavenger energy. Now with the, we got the Justice and the King of Wands. So this is like someone like, either this is like, I'm really getting that this is someone who really thinks that they're doing something right, which will come with that. Like when people do things like to take advantage of other people, they can't process that they're doing anything wrong. They're like almost owed, like it's entitled. Like yeah, with this Justice and the King of Wands, it's giving me very much like entitled energy. Like they think that this energy belongs to them just because they want it, and I think that's really interesting. That like how they take that energy from other people, it makes them feel like they've earned it, like they did some work and now they deserve it. And it's kind of crazy to me because they're taking something that doesn't belong to them. Like other people's energy doesn't belong to anyone other than where that energy comes from. And it's through like I guess there's so many different ways to perform in a way that draws attention, but this draws attention in a way to like bring you down. Like some people will like absorb, like some people can invoke attention by bringing people up, and some people can absorb attention by putting people down. Um, yeah, this is someone who like uses this is someone who uses circumstances to justify their need to be like rude or cruel. Like this is someone who like will, oh, you know, this is a good one. This is someone who will like tease a dog, and when the dog kind of like nips at them, or like if you tease a cat or something like that, or any type of animal, it's like someone who will tease an animal to see if they can get a reaction out of it, and as soon as that animal like tries to set a boundary, they kick that dog or that cat, or they hurt them in some way, just to like just to be like, oh, I knew that dog wasn't shit, you know? Like, it's that type of energy. Yeah, very antagonistic energy. It's very like, let me get you acting out of character. That's what it seems like for this main character. It's interesting that we're following this type of main character. But again, this is like a tragedy. This is kind of like, um, my sister was telling me a little while ago about how she was watching a girl, I can't remember her name, but she was like a really accomplished scammer, and she was pretending to be like a model or someone famous or something like that. And it was all like the whole documentary was, or docudrama was all about like how she did it. And this is kind of giving me the same thing. Like this is like we're peering into the mind of like this is like a, it's like it's giving me like when Glinda asked Dorothy if you're a good witch or a bad witch. I'm like, this is a bad witch. This is a bad witch. Yeah, this is someone who confuses people, belittles people, and when they put up a boundary, they're completely offended. You know, they're completely offended that you would tell them no, even though they're like bothering the shit out of you. Like, yeah, this is someone who like, and when they're told no, they either like throw a fit. And it depends on the person too. Like either they'll throw a fit, or they'll be really pouty and sulking, sulking. They sulk a lot. Um, and yeah, they pretend like they're like, this is a good one too. Like they pretend like they're like dying. They're actively dying, so that you will have to stop the rest of your life to help them. And like, and this is like something that you would like go on for like ever, you know. It's gonna be, it would be hard to tell in the beginning of them doing it, but this is like, if this is like, I'm thinking of family members, but if this is someone in your family, like they're known for this. They're always aching, they're always in pain, they're always having a bad day. So they've always been like slighted or been rude to, and they always have a story about how such and such was like racist to them or sexist to them, or cruel to them for what they present to you is no reason at all. Yeah. And on one side we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Nine, oh, Knight and Nine, just like in our other one. I love a contrast. So this is someone who, well, like it's giving me a little bit like, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Now the Nine of Swords is status. Now like, oh yeah, no, I mean, it really emphasizes the same thing. Like this is someone who really is their job title is victim. Like if they had a name tag, they would say, my name is victim. Hello, my name is like this is probably someone who gets off on other people having like a savior complex. Like this is someone who really like, again and again, like um, playing off of that, playing off of someone's sentimentality. Like this is someone who, um, yeah, this is someone who's made being the victim their job. I don't even know how else to describe it. Um, yeah, this is like, and it just fell out of my hands. Like this is a fake energy. Like this person is not like tormented in the way that they say that they're tormented. There are, it's like it's like it's so intentional. It seems so intentional. And then we have the, what's that? Six of Pentacles and the Empress. Like this is someone. Six of Pentacles. Sixes are about return. Oh, this is how it ends. So this is a person who. Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, this is a person who is like, it's like almost like they're almost forced to return this energy. Like this is someone who, like, I don't even know in a story how this would work. Like this is someone who, like, this is a very unique movie because I can't really think of a good example of what I'm envisioning here. But this is someone who, like, the ending of them is, it's kind of, you know what it's giving? It's kind of giving Maleficent. It's kind of giving like if Maleficent, like it's giving Maleficent without her back story, or without her, what's it called, when you are like, oh, redemption, is without her background or without her redemption. And this is, it's giving me like, because Maleficent, um cursed Aurora. It's giving like, it's giving regular, traditional, the animated Sleeping Beauty in a combo of the Maleficent movie. This is like if Maleficent was truly evil and we weren't trying to redeem her. This is following her journey in cursing Aurora. And because she cursed Aurora was the reason why Aurora could have her like dream life. Like this is someone, oh, you know what also? This is someone who like, even if it doesn't, I'm just finding a way to end the story, but even if it's not an ending and this is just gonna, it's all reflective, all cyclical. So like this is a person who like, again, I feel like this just emphasizes this like, drawing in beauty. Like this is like what their goal is, like maybe even to return to beauty, like giving like, Mother Gothel trying to stay young forever, with that flower that Rapunzel ate or something like that. I think she ate it. um but yeah, this is someone who's like fighting off mortality. That's what this is giving. It's giving like, oh, this is kind of giving me vampire. This is giving me vampire. Like, if this would be a vampire movie. Oh, I love that. And with the tragedy too, it's like giving me, it's giving me, what's it called, with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise again. I don't know why I've been talking about Tom Cruise, but, what's it? Louis and Lestat. You know what I'm talking about. I keep on wanting to say Vampire Diaries because it's kind of like what it is, but oh, Interview with a Vampire. That's right. It's like Interview with a Vampire, but it's like just Lestat, or like it could be. You know what would make this a really juicy movie is like you as the audience sees the character. It's kind of like Louis, but you as the audience are sympathetic to the vampire character, but like there's multiple scenes in which this vampire is like killing people, like maybe mercilessly, or like, you know, like how when Louis was like really torn up and he didn't want to kill people anymore, and he was willing to just eat rats for the rest of his existence, but he just the his empathy was just too high for him to bear the realization. It's giving me like veganism. It's giving me veganism. It's very much as like he very much has an evangelical mindset of like it's wrong to kill anybody, which is so interesting because there's not a lot of vampire movies where the vampire only like um eat like kills and drains what's it like active criminals, like people who like participate in assault and yeah, assault, basically all the forms of assault. um yeah, instead of this person like using this ability to siphon, yeah, to siphon energy, they take it from like, this is someone who, this is a vampire, this is someone who only feasts on the best. It's giving Hannibal. It's giving Hannibal, and at least in the way that he partakes in his consumption, especially with this Empress here. Like they look for like probably the most like beautiful, like, or giving, or like, you know, I mean beautiful like on the inside, but like very giving, very like sentimental, very caring. Like they feed off of innocence. That's what this is giving. They feed off of innocence. And they do it in the most deceptive, deceiving way possible. Um, it's kind of like, they might tell themselves like this is a mercy killing. You know, this is someone who just doesn't really. Oh man, you know, that would be just a delectable movie to watch. To watch a movie of someone who you as the audience knows is wrong, still try to have them convince you that they're right. It's kind of giving me also The Emperor's New Groove, when he in the beginning, when he was like, I bet you're wondering how a great emperor like me gets turned into a llama. And the it's kind of crazy because it's like well, actually it's not crazy, it's very real. That's exactly how it happens. They can look at the same videotape, and what they see out of that videotape is them being like a victim. It's not even them being like heroic or good. Like they don't even think that they're good, they just think that they're a victim. And they can't see how they are blatantly victimizing people. Just like in the movie The Emperor's New Groove. If you haven't seen it, or you haven't seen it yet, check that out. I love the redemption of it, but that at that moment, like, there are people, and like I talked about this before, and I was like, oh, there are people who like, or don't, like I was saying, like, don't let the idea that other people are gonna take from you convince you to perform some type of evil to make sure that doesn't happen to you. And I was saying, like, nobody wants what you have, so don't worry about it. Like, because I was saying, like, not even you want what you have, and that's why you crave other things. But there is, I take that back, there is something that other people want. They want energy, they want attention, love, basically. Love, attention, to me, they become synonymous. And so this people will like siphon like, or yeah, people like this, like family members, friends, lovers, co-workers, anything like that, anyone who like gets on your nerves on purpose or is siphoning energy from you. Like even you know, like even pets will do it, like your dog will do it. Like if you I had a dog once, and when we left the house, like he would be out and he could be out and it would be totally fine as long as all the doors in the house is shut. Because if one time he like, and this happened, it happened multiple times, because I think when the bathroom door didn't have like a solid latch, so every time he would get into the bathroom or any room, he would accidentally shut the door. I don't know how he did it, but he would accidentally shut the door, and then he would panic and destroy whatever room he's in. Now, some like, and I really, well, I don't think that. Well, maybe that's not the best example, because um, I don't think he was doing that on purpose. But some dogs will do things like if you come home and your cat has destroyed all the toilet paper and it's all over the place, or your dog has like chewed up everything for no reason, what seems like no reason at all. Like I, that's why my dog situation didn't seem like a good example, because I feel like I know why he did it, because he didn't like feeling trapped. But sometimes your pet will do that just to like kind of get your attention. And that's like, and I heard that you know, everything every animal, or at least dogs, experience love in a different way. So you have to learn how to communicate with your dog in order to express that love. Otherwise, they'll do things like follow you everywhere, or never settle down, or always licking you and stuff like that. And all these things are like them just like kind of desperately wanting to obtain some type of an affection from you. And I feel like this is like this character, this vampire person, is very much like that dog, like a very anxious little dog, you know. Excuse me. I don't know if maybe someone didn't like that I said that, but yeah, I think, well, we got some morals or whatever. Let me just pull a few cards out of here. Okay, that's a good bit. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, like, and I feel like this is like, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is like, we had a lot of coins in this reading, and a good, well, seems, well, heavy coins on this side where I put it. It seems like this is a, oh no, we had some coin over there too. This is like a, maybe like a materialistic person or status involved person. The Queen of Pentacles, that's all earth energy. Like this is someone who is like, it's almost like, yeah, oh yeah, with the queen, because I always associate the queens with the personality trait of agreeableness, and whatever, and the elements have their own, the coins are associated with conscientiousness. And this is someone who like kind of like, oh, maybe collects people. This is someone who sees people as resources. Sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad. For this situation, because we got this vampiric energy, this is not necessarily good. This seems like this is a person who always has someone to feed off of. I'm getting this is someone who's like, and they can't be alone. Like to be without a relationship is to be destitute. That's what it's giving. It's like, yeah, it's really giving like they can't leave people alone. They can't be alone with themselves. They can't do anything without anyone being there while they do it, you know, which is way different than my stage fright ass. Like I can't, I cannot. If you're looking at me, I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna fuck it all up. And but we also have the Justice card here again. So again, this is someone who like this is someone who thinks like either they think that there is emphasizing that entitlement, or this is someone who thinks like this is how the world works. It's giving that like it's a dog eat dog world, or it's either play or get played. You know, it's kind of giving that. It's like if you can't beat them, join them. This is very much someone who's like highly influenced by the evil around them. Like they have no problems doing to others what other people have done to them, and that's why I was saying like maybe we're not going to take out the backstory from Maleficent, because you know horrible things happen, but it's what you choose to do after that horrible thing is happening that really determines who you are, you know. We also have the High Priestess. Now this is someone, this is crazy, like again, this is someone who will pretend like this is someone who pretends to be a victim but also pretends to be able to like support you or help you, or like that they are like that they are someone to listen to. Like this is someone who like, and it's so very very interesting because it's because if people really thought about it, why would I listen to the advice of someone who talks more about how they are having a bad time in their life than how much they're having a good time in their life? Why would I get advice from someone who says how much everyone else is against them, and instead of how much they are for other people? Or at least for, I guess, because you can say other, like you can say that you're for other people and that can be a little bit deceiving, but it's kind of like there's no, you don't seem like this person doesn't seem happy, so why would you listen to someone who isn't happy? That's what it's giving. Like, why would you listen to the advice of someone who isn't having a good time? Like, or it has never really seemed to have a good time. Like, and like, this is a thing. This is interesting too. Like, maybe pay attention to people who are only happy when they're receiving something. I think that's something to think about. Like, and I think it's really interesting if people paid attention whether or not like yeah, like it's, again, about how consistent can you be happy, how like well, and I'll say this, and like you can listen to whoever's advice you want to listen to, but I'm not going to listen to the advice of someone who isn't happy. Yeah, who doesn't have like a form of happiness, especially a form of happiness with themselves, by themselves. Like that's not I mean, everyone has like a different, well, I don't know. Like if why would I listen to someone who's around people all the time and miserable? Why would I listen to anyone who's miserable? A victim's not a hero. You can't be both. That's why they have different titles, and that's why they play different roles in the story. But I really do think that this is a person who really uses victimhood to slip into a situation with someone so that they can siphon their energy, and whenever that person has like a problem, they're their counsel. It's giving very much like Jafar, you know, when he was hypnotizing the Sultan with his snake staff. Like it's very much giving that, and he's like visibly annoyed all the time, which I think is funny. And you know what, and him taking that energy from the Sultan makes a lot of sense, because the Sultan himself, when he's by himself, completely joyful, playing with his toy, you know, just bouncing around, just being the Sultan or whatever. And you know, just within the state, I have my own feelings about hierarchies and stuff like that, but in this scenario, the Sultan was portrayed as a benevolent because he allowed his daughter to make her own choices, and realized that her happiness was more important than some silly laws that were made before either of them had existed. And Jafar was the jealous, self-centered villain, preying on the Sultan and his daughter, and what could have been a very happy life for them. And I wonder too, did the Sultan was the daughter, like, was his daughter getting married by 16 as much of a like detrimental like of detrimental importance, or was that Jafar convincing the Sultan so that the Sultan could be distracted, so that Jafar could do whatever he wanted to, whatever his plans was, so that he can siphon as much energy as he wants to from the Sultan? And then lastly, I have again the Three of Swords, and I think this is just continuing on with that, because I've already said a whole bunch of moral stuff or whatever. I really think, like, I mean, and when it comes to these people, when it comes to people who will do, like, when it comes to people who cannot take accountability for how they, especially like if someone gives you like, if you tell someone something and or if someone says something and you're like, oh, actually, that's not true, and they give you a hard time about it, and you're like, you never blah, 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 and you're always on me, blah, 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 and I can never say anything, blah, blah, blah. And then when they go and actually look at what the other person was talking about, and they did see that they were wrong, and they can't say, oh, yeah, oops. They can't say, oh, yeah, I was wrong about that. I really did think that it was the other thing, but yeah, you're right. I see that now. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have blown up on you like that. I don't know where that came from. I guess I have a lot of like, stressors on me, like, or my relationship's not what I like. There's, like, there's things to say. Like, you could say like, I've just been under a lot of pressure lately, or I haven't been feeling myself, or I don't know why I have all this like resentment and energy I don't know where to put in. Maybe I should go talk, I don't know. Well, like, I think it depends on what it is. I don't know about the scenario. Well, actually, you know what? If you are always blowing up on somebody and you're saying like, you're always messing with me and you're always giving me a hard time, but you in fact were the one wrong in that situation, maybe you should go talk to a therapist. You obviously can't handle being critiqued. That's obviously a trigger for you. And it's so consistent that you need to be like, yeah, I mean, like, not only do you need to be proven wrong, but you need to be forced to hold that accountability. There's so many times in which I had to force someone like to hold their accountability, because they're like they are like very insistent. Like, it's very much like they can't. It's an interesting thing to see. If you haven't seen it in real time, it's a really interesting thing to see, because they'll just say whatever, and then the more they think about what it is that you said to them, saying like, maybe you should apologize to the person you were just, reaming. Maybe you should say, hey, I'm sorry about that. Maybe you should just say that. And it's so like, their eyes glaze over, and the words get stuck in their throat, and they just can't move on. And then the next thing they say is another like attack on somebody. Like, if you're wrong and your reaction is to attack somebody, that's a good sign. That's a really, really good sign that you might need someone else to talk to. And with the Seven of Swords at the bottom, seven's all about struggle. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, if you run into someone who can't hold accountability, they will never hold accountability. or it will take something very, very special. And I don't want you to drain yourself trying to be that special someone for someone to make them hold accountability. If they have if they're a grown adult and they haven't learned to hold accountability, that, that's something you learn when you're a kid. That's why punishments exist. That's why a removal of a what's it called, it's not a reward, liberty, or libation, or you know what I'm talking about. um, you know what I'm talking about. When you take things away from them that are just like kind of like normal fun things, I guess, or like, as a punishment, like, if like your if your kid is breaking the windows of your neighbor's house on purpose, and their neighbor is out there trying to make them stop and they do not stop, that's when you take away like their Xbox or whatever video game people be having nowadays, or whatever. Or if they got sent home from school because they cut some girl's hair, because they were mad at her, they were jealous or something like that. That's when they know, like, what's a good one? What's a good one to take from them at that point? Like if they have makeup, you take their makeup away, something like that. And so you have to go to school without any makeup now, since you be bothering people. You be changing, because you be changing how other people be looking just for fun. Now you can't change how you look for fun, something like that. Nothing that hurts the kid, but definitely like you want to, it's holding them accountable. You want to give them like, this is what happens when you do something wrong to another person. But yeah, if you're a grown adult and you have not learned to hold accountability, it's going to take a lot more than like a caring relationship from a family member, a friend, or a lover that's going to make you that person like feel like be able to hold accountability. Like there must be some deep level of shame in a person who was forced to hold it, or for a vampiric type of person like that. There must be a huge level of shame that prevents them from being able to hold accountability. And for a relationship to like exist, in a healthy way, both parties need to be able to hold accountability when they are wrong. It's like as simple as that. You can't get around it. You can't force anyone to do it, so they already have to have it. And if you are in a relationship with someone who cannot hold accountability, then all is happening is that you are taking up all the work, you're taking up all the responsibility in that relationship, and you're gonna feel burnt out, you're gonna feel tired, you're not gonna get anything out of this relationship because they're taking everything from you. Yeah, your energy is so important. Your vibe, your aura, your frequency is so important. Without it is like a zombie. Without it, you're a zombie. So don't let other people make you a zombie. If you feel like they are draining your energy, cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. No one has a right to your time, your space, or your energy. It always has to be earned. And when someone shows that they are not deserving of your time and energy, take that message. Take it. Take it. They're bothering you. Don't let anyone bother you. That's not why you're not here to tolerate people actively bothering you. You're here to have fun. All right? Have some fun. All right? Don't play into the game. Just because this vampiric individual thinks that this is fun, It's not fun for everybody. It should be fun. Everyone should be having fun. Everyone should be fun. And if your version of fun needs a victim, you know where you are. You know where you stand. There's a light side and a dark side, and you know which one you're on. And I think like, and if you are watching this and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, am I a bad person? Do I take people's energy because I want their attention? Or you know, if you wanna test to see if you're this vampiric energy, spend some time alone. See what that does to you. If you Yeah, spend some time alone. It doesn't even have to be like days on end or anything, but just section off some time for just you. And if you can find peace and happiness in that time with just you, then you're good. You got it. There's nothing wrong with you. You know I'm gonna say that's I'm gonna say it, even though I haven't really thought to. I'll think about it after this video, and if I have a correction, if I am wrong, I will hold my accountability, and I will make another video, and I will say that, hey, I was wrong about this, but so I think my new idea is this. I will do that, but I'm gonna say my foolproof. That's my foolproof plan to determine whether like you are a narcissist or a vampire or any type of like social parasite. That's how you know, like a social parasite will die without society, will die without someone to socialize with. If you can spend some time without socializing with someone and you can still be happy and you can still like do your hobbies and be creative or be like organized or studious or whatever makes you happy, if you could be content in your like and when that by the like say you do it for a couple hours something like that, by the end of the couple hours and you're like, actually, you know what, I can maybe go for another couple hours, you know, if you start getting something out of it. And you know, not to confuse people who identify as extroverts or introverts, but I mean, I'm an introvert, but I do think that it's very important for you as a person to spend some time alone. You need time to process. Or maybe that's just introverts. I don't know. If you're an introvert and you consider yourself a good person, let me know in the comments about like how you handle spending time by yourself. Like, yeah, I mean, and it should be like you shouldn't be all drained and you shouldn't feel like you're dying because no one else is there. And if you do feel like you're dying because no one else is there, maybe pay attention to how comforting or how comfortable the people around you feel. Like, do they talk openly? Do they share their thoughts? Do they all of a sudden get quiet? Do you find yourself talking more than that person? Did you hear what they just said? Are you actively listening? You know, trying to get some other things because narcissists, vampires, and social parasitic individuals will try to convince you that you're like the thing that your humanness makes you just as bad as them. But so it can be a little bit confusing depending on who you're around. And if you're around a lot of people who are social parasites, then they're gonna think that you're wrong because you don't do that. Like if other people think that you should be less than honest with other people, or other people think that you know, like that it's okay to sneak around, or if they ask you to do sneaky stuff for them, if they if they say things like that's how the world works and things like that, and if they don't suggest that more goodness can be brought into the world, that's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know. if yeah they if they're cruel to animals, if they think everyone's out to get them, if if they if they really guarded of their possessions, or they think that people are going to like steal from them. They think that people are going to steal from them because they steal from other people, because the real value that people have is the energy that is theirs. Yeah, and that can be taken. Even if people try to take it, or they're successful at some time, it will always it will always go back to where it belongs. It will always go back to where it belongs. That's just how thing like if it's like when water is absorbed up into the sky, it eventually rains down, it makes its way back to the ocean. That's where water belongs. And it might get stuck somewhere underground, or up on top of a mountain, or in a lake or something like that. But eventually those water droplets will make their way back to the ocean somehow, some way. Even if it takes until the very end of the earth, it will always make its way back to where it belongs. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you feel like you're drained, reclaim your energy. What is yours is yours. What is theirs is theirs. You're not asking for any more than that. The universe will respond to that message. Um, Keep making yourself happy. Don't get in the way of other people's happiness. Um, Live your life as best you can, and I mean that in a virtuous sense. Live your life as best you can. Do not let other people drag you down. Other people will try to drag you down just because they can see you elevating. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching. You don't have to do anything to them. Just maintain your energy. Just keep doing what you do. Don't let them psych you out. Don't let them make you feel bad or feel ashamed or feel like you should stop. Just keep just like my other video, keep going. Just keep going. You never know where you're gonna end up. And if you're true and authentic to yourself and you do what you love, you will always find truth and beauty and love. You will find these things. You will find freedom. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay positive. Yeah, stay positive. You are you. You are the only you that exists. That makes you special. You don't need to be any more special than that. You don't need to take other people's speciality. We'll just say speciality. All right. Um, Protect yourself. Smile. All right. Have a good one.